Hey guys, this is Peter with Keras.net, and in this video we are going to be looking at the Swype keyboard for the Android operating system. In front of you, you see a Verizon Samsung Fascinate running Android 2.1. And for this video, this is going to be a one of 12-part series detailing different keyboards available for the Android operating system. You can check out our full article at Keras.net. You can see all the videos there. You can also see them on our YouTube channel, Keras.net. And definitely check out the article because it has all the QR codes, has kind of description of what we experienced while using the keyboard, screenshots, icons, all that kind of good stuff. So let's jump into the Swype keyboard review. And as always, the first couple of minutes are going to be detailing the basic features of the Swype keyboard. And then in the last part, we'll be going over more advanced settings, advanced gestures, and everything that you would want to know to tailor the keyboard to your own typing style. So with any Galaxy S device, Swype is going to come pre-installed, so you don't actually have to activate it. But for anyone downloading the beta, I'll just show you what to do. You're going to go to your settings, you're going to go to your language and keyboard, and as you can see here, there's no checkbox next to Swype, but again, if you have a non-Samsung Galaxy S device, then you just make sure there's a green checkbox next to Swype, and you're good to go. So let's go back to our home screen so I can show you guys this in action. And to activate Swype the first time, you long press on your input, you scroll through your available keyboards you have installed, and you select Swype from there. So let's get into this. So Swype was one of the first ones besides what is now called T9 Trace and SlideIT to offer a different type of style to texting. It is the most widely known one at the moment for, instead of typing out each individual character, just drawing lines between them to write out words. So let's do the key phrase to start with so you can see what I'm talking about. So as always, you can type out the word dinner. So we're going to be typing, or in this case swiping, the sentence dinner and a movie tonight ? So let's go back here. Again, we're going to swipe it for double letters. You do like a little circle on the letters. So we go D to I, down to N, circle, up to E and R. So dinner and a movie tonight. And we long press for our question mark. And there we go. Okay, so let's delete that for right now. Let's go into our speech to text, which isn't available on all versions of Swype, so this is something new and exciting with the Fascinate, and I'll show you a Captivate in a second running it as well. Dinner and a movie tonight? ? Hopefully our Wi-Fi keeps up with it. Okay, perfect. So Swype's one of the fastest ones for the speech to text input besides the stock Android keyboard, and I believe HTC IME is also up there in speed. So there you go with our phrase. You can always double tap on the word, and now it said on the website that this double tap feature is not available to beta users, so it would seem like the double tap to edit is just for Galaxy S users or devices that Swype comes in pre-installed on. So again, we can double tap words to edit them, whereas unfortunately the beta users cannot. Again, movie, we can do that, blah blah blah. So that is the typing experience on Swype. Let's get into the symbols and kind of just show you guys what's going on. So again, with your shifts, when caps lock is turned on, the entire button turns blue, and when just shift is on, just the arrow is blue. So that is one thing to recognize there. For symbols, you can just push, again, the symbol button gets you into your numbers, gets you to your shift key where you can get to even alternate numbers. You can also access your languages here. So if we changed Espanol, for example, we can go back here, and I believe there. So as you can see, with short press, so let me think of, so for example, the word cabana, or I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, so please disregard my ignorance towards the Spanish language, but as you can see, when you change it to the Spanish language, it adds the punctuation over the N, or the accent for the N. So that is the differences between the languages. You can check out our review on Keras.net to see which languages are supported. But another feature that I want to show you is you can You can press to get an E, you can press and hold to get that number sign, and if you press and long hold, you get the option to do the number sign plus any variation of E, including a currency symbol for E for the euro. So there's all those kind of settings. So again, there's a press and hold, and then there's a press and long hold for the Swype keyboard. So that covers our basic settings and our basic features for the Swype keyboard. Right now it is in closed beta, so you will need an invite, but if you are watching this video and you send us an email at contact@kerace.net, the first 25 people who send us an email with the subject Kerace FTW or Kerace for the win, and then give us your email, will get a invite to Swype Beta. So thanks for watching this video. That's kind of your consolation prize for sticking with it, and if you want to keep sticking with it to see some advanced features and some of the more advanced things you can do with the Swype, then stick around. We'll jump into that right now. So let's go to our settings. Not our help, sorry. So one of the things you can do is you can long click on your Swype key to get into your help, go into our options, gets us to our settings. So let's take a look at what Swype has to offer in terms of customizability. For languages, again, you can select the languages. I believe you can install new ones, but I might be wrong about that. I will insert a bubble on YouTube explaining that a little bit more. Word predictions, so you can do that while you're swiping. Audio feedback, vibrate on key press, all these kinds of things. I don't want to do this because I want to annoy you for the rest of the video. Enable tip indicators, so sometimes if you do something for the first time, it'll give you a tip of why that happened or give you a tip of how you can do it better next time. Again, auto capitalization, display trace is kind of like SlideIT, where you can have it follow you for the entire word that you're swiping, or you can have it just stick with you a letter behind so that your keyboard doesn't look like a spider web every time you type something longer than 6 letters. So there's that. One second. Speed or word choice window. So you can display, so let's say you always find that when you're typing words, or you're swiping words rather, you always meant to swipe something different. So you can always have a word choice window appear every time you swipe. The nice thing about this is if it's the correct word, you can keep on swiping and not actually have to press the word in the window, and it will auto insert whichever word is at the top and highlighted. So if you turn it to always, what's nice is the fact that you will always have the choice to select the wrong word if you want, or if it's already selected as the right word, just keep on swiping like it was never there. A very nice feature of Swype. Speed versus accuracy. So again, this will eventually get to the point where, because you don't actually have to swipe exactly to all the letters, you just have to do in the general vicinity. And so this again will, either make it so that you can swipe faster by not being so accurate, or if you want to be accurate, you swipe slower. So there's the speed versus accuracy setting. There's a Swype user manual. There's a tutorial in here. Gives the version at the bottom. All great stuff for this keyboard. Most of the advanced settings that I'm going to go into right now are actually shortcuts that it doesn't talk about here, and that are on Swype's site under My Swype on the top right. So let's get into those. And let's show you that word choice window that I was talking about, and let's go back into it. So go back into our type to compose. So let's say we want to do house. So here's a perfect example. So when you, and again, I'm still in the Spanish language, so that's probably why it didn't work. But this is the word choice window. So as you can see, if I kept swiping, like let's say I swipe H. Okay, there we go. It automatically put in the word Jose. So again, it automatically will put in the word that you type on the top, or the one that's highlighted if you keep swiping. So a great feature. Let's go and change our language for a second. Back to English, perfect. Okay, let's get into some of the more advanced features of Swype. So like I showed you before, that's I believe only available on devices that Swype comes pre-installed with right now, but I could be wrong. If you double tap words, that gets you to edit it, whereas other ones you're gonna have to go back, re-swipe it, or long press, I believe, or something to that effect. So nice that you get that pre-installed on Galaxy S devices, some Symbian devices right now. Now you can for punctuation, so if I wanted to say movie later, I can swipe from the punctuation to the space to insert it. Now this only works for a few things, so don't think that you can swipe it for all the numbers and everything like that. But if I wanted to insert a question mark and then a space, instead of holding long press for the question mark and then swiping again, I can swipe from M to there. It'll put in a question mark, give me a space, and auto capitalize my next sentence. So a nice shortcut with swipe for typing email addresses, for example. You just have to do like a little squiggle or a little circle on the W to the period, and you get your www. Supposedly the same thing happens for HTTP, so let's see if I can do that. That. So again, as you can see, it does the HTTP. And again, I swiped H, did a circle on the T, went to the P, went to the colon, and then went to the / and did a circle on it. So those are some of the shortcuts that you can do in terms of swiping. Let's say, for example, you want to type house, and then, oh, sorry, I did that wrong. So you can do what is called so I'll cover that later to do capitalization. But for right now, let's try another technique you can do from the swipe key to the F, and that gets you a number pad, which is very convenient. Going back to your ABC, you can also swipe from the swipe key to the symbol, and that gets you a really nice shortcut menu where you can have your backspace, cut, home, copy, select text, and page down, page up, select all, cursor jump, all that kind of good stuff. So again, to get to that, I just swiped from my swipe key to my symbol. And to get to that number pad, I swiped from the swipe key to the F. And that gets me to there. So for other numbers, you can swipe again to the middle of the keyboard to do something like that. To actually get a number, you can hold it down to do the 4. Again, you can long press for those kinds of what they're called tertiary shortcuts. To switch languages really fast, instead of going to the symbol, you can go from your swipe key to the EN, or the Q rather. So let's try that. And that changes us to, again, should change us to Spanish, as you can see right there. So let's go back, and you can also see it change since it goes to the ES from the EN. So let's swipe back to that. Goes back to the EN. So to get caps locks, you can also, instead of pressing this twice to get to there, you can just swipe from there to there. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see here. Nope, maybe I did it wrong. 1 second. What am I doing? Caps locks to the swipe key to the shift key. Oh, maybe that feature, sorry, I must have wrote my don'ts down. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Again, for double letters, you do like a little circle, and hopefully you can see it right here. You can do a little thing like that. That gets you a double H. Capitalize trace above the keyboard after the first letter. So for example, if I was right like this, and I want to type house with a capital letter, what I would do is I would go H up, O-U-S-E, and then I would type house. If I wanted to do the entire word in capitals, I would start at H, go up to the top, do a circle, O-U-S-E, and now the entire word is capitalized. So another great feature in Swype keyboard. Also, you can do hopping. So for example, if you want to spell pot, put, or pit, when you swipe from the P to the T, sometimes it doesn't know, so you can do something called hopping. So you go above the keyboard down to each letter. So for put, I would go P-U-T, put. Or for pot, I would go P-O-T. So it only works on the top row of characters, but again, another great shortcut for those words that you either need to use often or get confused and you don't want to do that. Again, if you have any emails or comments about Swype, let us know in the comments on this video or on our Carice.net site. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Again, check out the article on Carice.net. Check out our YouTube channel, Carice.net, and thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed.